Миша, приблизь. Ну что это такое?
変なもんだね。
うん。何？
わあ、すごいすごいすごい。
ねえねえねえ、怖いよ。
すごいすごい。
怖いよ。
ちょっと何あれ。あれもう一本出てる、もう一本筋が。もう一本筋が出てる、ほら。下の方に。何あれ。
ねえ、怖い。お父さん怖い。
ちょっと待って。これ取っとかなくちゃ。
怖いって。
怖いね。
何あれ。
怖いね。
ねえ、原爆じゃないの。
なんだろう、ちょっと待ってわ。何あれ。
お願い。
何あれ。
怖いよ。
怖いね。ちょうどなんか月んとこ行くよ、ほら。
お願い、怖いよ。
なんだろう。なんだろう。
A strange spiralling white light was spotted in the early morning sky over Sydney, with even sceptical witnesses wondering if it was a UFO. The unusual sight was recorded by hundreds of people from Victoria north to Queensland.
It appeared just before 6 o'clock this morning.
That's a UFO, I'm telling you.
A spiral in the sky around a bright light. Malcolm Richardson saw it move from west to east, disappearing into the sunrise.
It was actually rotating and throwing off a vapour, glowing vapour, in a spiral that was getting bigger.
He was not alone. Early morning surfers, farmers, truckies grabbed their phone cameras, still cameras, web cameras.
It's just the most astounding thing. I'm looking at the window now trying to see if it's come back or not.
From central Queensland to Melbourne, along the east coast, people shared a close encounter.
And this thing was moving at a rapid rate.
I thought, gee, that's so unusual.
I was just dumbfounded.
The Bureau of Meteorology confirmed it wasn't a weather phenomenon. Air traffic control say they didn't pick up their radar, and that looks 14 kilometres into the sky. And the radio telescopes near Canberra confirmed that it wasn't in deep space, so that leaves Earth's orbit.
它不是说是直线跑的。
火柴头那么大，乒乓球那么大，你看在天上大概。
又是一个螺旋形运动的飞行物，这与6358机组人员的描述不谋而合。那么，如果说两地的目击者看到的就是同一个物体，这里的人们在地面上是否看到了更多的细节呢？经过调查，大连的目击者一致反映，当晚见到的是一个亮度很高或者长长轨迹的发光物体，并且以螺旋形的运动轨迹从东南向西北方向飞行。随后，记者又走访了何焕清最初发现不明飞行物的江家村，那里的村民也证实了这一点。
我以为等我们看完回来之后想想，不是这么回了。
事实上，何焕清根据飞行轨迹判断它不是飞机是不准确的，因为在某种特定的情况下，飞机完全可以制造出这种螺旋形。想观测一下空中人员，却正好捕捉到了一个螺旋状的不明飞行物。可是，这里的雷达显示仪却没有发现任何异常。
它呢就是由西向东，就是呈那种比较平稳的抛物线状，就是螺旋式的飞行。大概我看到的整个过程呢是1到2分钟的时间就没有了，就是形状呢像碗盖一样大，后面呢留着一个长长的那个火红色的尾巴。
上海的几位 UFO 爱好者随后收集到了上百份目击报道，也有人看到的是电风扇状或者菱角扇形。
Some people think that aliens are from another planet, and some people think that aliens travel intergalactically, to say that they travel as people or pilots in a ship. And some people think that they're from another solar system, and some people think that they created us. And so some people think that they're here to bring about a ancient knowledge that mankind lost or something like that. Some people think that Christ is one of these individuals in a human thing or a human disguise. There are a lot of different beliefs in regards to them, and one thing that has been proven true is that these beings have been deceivers since they first got here. And every time they told a ruler or a person that they came from a planet or they came from a society and that they were created under a different God than we would know, it has often been shown to be a lie. They seem to also change the story of their origin, and history has shown that over and over again. And what I mean by that is to say many times when people thought that they were on another planet, it turned out that under hypnotic trance, through hallucinations called either holographic images, they were meant to think they were on another planet. Some of them have literally woken up in the midst of having this technology operated on, and they realized that they were actually in a laboratory room. And unfortunately, when they realized they were in a laboratory room, they realized that there were human beings in that room, and there were actual, real Nephilim beings in that room. They realized that they were not on a planet, but they realized that they were somewhere on Earth, and they were in a secret place where they were being experimented on. Some of them are actually using ships, real technological ships, to kidnap people. That does not qualify them as coming from another planet, as the way they would define it. So let's understand a little bit more evidence on that. Let's go back to the intergalactic thing, okay? If they're from an intergalactic world, let's say they're from 9 solar systems away from us, and they were from a technological world that is 9 solar systems away from us, that world would be far more present than non-existent as we're in that state now, meaning the traffic would be so heavy that you would see it, and you would clearly see it all the time. Interesting thing about space is that the solar system that we live in is actually called clean space, meaning there aren't really a whole lot of debris and gases and things in our solar system. It's very clean. But the solar systems that are around us are filled with very dangerous gases, and they're filled with strange anomalies, weird type of rocks. And basically what I'm saying is, for the kind of technology to travel warp speed at such a speed and power that it would probably kill them before they even got here. The gases would definitely ignite with nuclear energy sources. This is why deep interstellar travel is not possible, because the more and more further you go out into space, the more and more dangerous it becomes to travel. So if there was intergalactic activity going on, where people are actually blasting themselves from that solar system over to here, the traffic and the accidents and the explosions from these accidents would be so magnificent that they would be seen from Earth. And so we don't see anything like that. Not anything like that at all. And let's say they manage to get through the gases and the rock formations and everything else. Let's say they develop some type of technology where they could actually do that. Still, what you don't factor in is that you will see them coming before they even got here. And the whole world would actually see them coming before they even got here. You don't see that. So that debunks any theory that they are intergalactic. Also, if they created us, then who created them? You got to recognize that the universe is far bigger than an alien, as they want to call it. And these aliens do not have appropriate explanations for these things. They ignore these questions.
At this stage, the rocket was traveling between 11 and 14,000 miles per hour when a saucer-shaped craft entered the frame.
It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a beam of light at the warhead. Now, remember, all this stuff is flying at several thousand miles an hour. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of space.
In many incidences where these beings have been confronted, Jesus Christ has often been asked of them. And you know, they actually say that he's real. They can't even deny him. Have you ever wondered why? Now, from their behavior of disappearing and reappearing, that's not the behavior of an intergalactic entity. Because you are an intergalactic entity. You are actually in a galaxy. And if you were to go to another planet, let's say Mars, they would see you coming because you're in a ship. You would actually try to communicate with the rulers. You would communicate with the people. They would see you coming down from your ship in a normal intergalactic travel way. Have you ever seen these entities do that? Absolutely not. They just seem to appear out of nowhere. And they always want to have very secret meetings. And they're very good at hiding from the people. Have you ever wondered why? When these entities have been under investigation, when we watch them come in and out of our world, you've watched them literally open a portal in the sky and go into it, and then come out of the same portal. This spiral portal has also been shown that it can be created in satanic occults. There are people who practice magic that we would probably know now as Kabbalah, but had other names before that, where they can open up the same portals. And not open up the same portals, but they can call up entities that look exactly like aliens. But yet, they don't call them aliens. They call them evil spirits. And they say that Christians would call them demons.
Question, can you tell us about UFOs?
My sister, before my wife came around, used to be leader of the state of Ohio, the high priestess there, of the whole state. And her little pastime was calling up, supposedly filling the sky with UFOs and watching everybody's excitement. And some of the most outstanding sightings were in the early 70s in Ohio. And she used to laugh about it because she'd be standing in a circle out in the field somewhere calling up demons. And that's all they were angels of light playing games.